Welcome back. It's the gruesome injury that everyone around the sports world is talking about. And it came in yesterday's Louisville-Duke NCAA tournament game. Louisville guard Kevin Ware severely breaks his leg going up for a blocked shot as the leg buckled, bending almost at a right angle. Louisville went on to win the emotional game, and they're headed to Atlanta for next week's Final Four. Ware underwent surgery Sunday night, during which he had the bone reset and a rod placed in his right tibia. Well, former Redskins quarterback Joe Theismann suffered a similar injury during his NFL career, and here's what he had to say on Twitter, quote, "Watching Duke Louisville, my heart goes out to Kevin Ware." For more, let's make a wake-up call to former Redskins quarterback Joe Theismann. Joe, good morning to you. So watching that play must have hit close to home. What were you thinking when you saw that yesterday?
Well, I got sick to my stomach. You hate to see anybody get hurt, but when you have an injury like he had, so similar to what I had happened to me, I just, you start to relive all those moments and, what he's going through with the broken leg. The pain is instantaneous and absolutely excruciating. But then all of a sudden the body shuts down that section of the leg or wherever it might be. And I never went into shock. And from what I understand in talking to people, Kevin really was very cognizant of what was going on and, imploring his teammates to go out and win it. And I think he pretty much was aware of everything that was going on as well.
Joe, you just talked about being aware of everything that was happening around you, and that's what I want to get into it. Obviously, it's gruesome for the person that's experiencing that. And when you broke your leg like that, how much did you notice the effect it was having on your teammates and your opponents?
I didn't really pay any attention to what was going on to the opponents and or the teammates. Matter of fact, Bubba Tyre, our trainer, came out, and the first thing I asked Bubba to do was to call my mom and dad and tell them I was okay. And those were the first words that I remember saying to anybody. But as far as having seen some of the video just before the break of Lawrence Taylor grabbing his head and some of the emotions of some of the guys only on television, you're not aware of it when you're involved in that particular moment. I mean, I've had people come up to me and ask me this question, did it hurt? And it's like, you got to be kidding me. Just do me a favor, hang your foot over the curb, let me go get my car and run over your leg, and then maybe you'll get an idea of what the pain is like. But for that moment, it's instantaneous and excruciating, like I said, but you really aren't aware of what's around you. You're sort of in that moment just focused on what's happening to your body.
Joe, what would you say to Kevin Ware, and do you have any intention to maybe reach out to him?
Already have. Got a text back from him. I plan on communicating with him a lot over the next periods of time. There's two elements to rehabilitation, and anything that's been involved in sports or in life understands that. You guys know it as well. There's the injury that heals. There's the physical therapy that goes with it, and then there's the emotional aspect of it. Especially in the moment that Kevin's in with the finals coming up, Final Four, with Louisville probably favored to go on and win the NCAA. So many other things that he was a part of to get there, and all of a sudden it doesn't happen. And so the emotional part of it is where I think I can maybe help him walk it through it, because I can tell him everything that he's going to feel. I can tell him everything that he's going to go through emotionally. And with the advances in medicine today and with the rod going in, he won't lose any height in that leg, I'm sure, which I did. I lost 3/8 of an inch in my right leg, which created problems for my knees and my back and my hip. He should be able to come back. I was 35 years old, and he's early 20s. So, his healing process will be quicker. Medical advances have come such a long way. And, I think he'll be back, and, he'll be right back on the court a year from now. But, there's going to be a period of time where you sort of go around and say, woe was me, and why did this happen to me?
Joe, what did you say to him in that text, and what was his response?
Well, basically, I just told him that anything he needed, I'd be there to help him with anything at any point in time, and he just appreciated it, so I look forward to communicating with him. And I've done the same thing with Mike Mariani, who was the, kick returner for the Tennessee Titans, who broke his leg this past preseason. And, just because there aren't a lot of us that have gone through this. Unfortunately, it's a very small fraternity, or fortunately, it's a very small fraternity of people that have experienced what this young man's going to experience, or what Mark has, or what I have. Tim Crumrye's done it. I think Napoleon McCallum has gone through it. you can almost, maybe list 10 guys that you can recall off the top of your head that have gone through that. So it's not a lot of people. And you want to do everything you can to let them know what's out there. Let them know what they're going to be experiencing. And it isn't just the players. With his parents there, with the family being there, it's they're the other people that are affected by this too. And you can't forget that the athlete is injured, but the support group is going to be so vital for him going forward.
Joe, we just watched the footage of your injury, and we had to look away in watching it. When you see that, how do you feel? Do you have to look away?
I've only seen it once, and that was 8 years ago. It's almost been 30 years now. I'll never look at it again. I remember when I did have the moment to look at it, my stomach, before it actually happened early in the second quarter, and before that, my stomach started getting a little queasy because I sort of had an idea what was coming. And then when I saw it, you don't need to see it again. I mean, it's been viewed, gosh knows how many millions of times on YouTube, and it's just one of those things that I'm very, very lucky and blessed to be able to do the things that I'm able to do after it. Just because there are guys that have had very similar open fractures and wound up losing their legs because of infection or other complications. And so I consider myself to be very lucky and more than happy in any way to help anybody that's gone through it to understand what they're going to deal with and pray that their healing process is fast and solid.
All right, Joe Theismann, thank you for joining us this morning here on NFL AM.
You're welcome. Take care.
Coming up, Drew Brees gets his head coach back in 2013, but will he also get some help on offense?